Yo! Ludicolo! Ludicolo!
Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Ah, here we go. Go, Saki!
Saki.
How's it going, guys? It's Icecolo, and, whew, haven't said that one in a while. So, a few months ago, I was digging through my closet, and I found some old relics from my elementary school years. 2 books of poorly tied together paper, with the titles Stuffimon Handbook and Stuffimon Handbook 2, because, of course, being like 8 years old, I thought my literary talents deserved a sequel. Hey, the heck is a Stuffimon? Is this some sort of a Pokemon or something? Well, yeah, but not really. See, as a young little ice cube, I had an obsession with Pokemon. I played Pokemon Platinum religiously. I was Pikachu for Halloween like every year, and basically, like any picture of me under the age of 9, I was probably wearing a Pokemon shirt in it. And I remember when I was in 3rd grade, we had an assignment where you had to make a magazine of what you wanted to do when you grew up. And of course, being the intellectual I am, I said I wanted to be a Pokemon trainer. Of course, my teacher was hesitant because, a Pokemon trainer isn't really a job, but when you're a 3rd grade teacher, I think the last thing you want to do is crush the dreams of a little child. I even made her call me Pikachu instead of my actual name. If you think I'm joking, this is a picture of the jar made for my 3rd grade class with all the students' names on it, except my name isn't on there because it just said Pikachu for me. And because I wanted to be a real Pokemon trainer so bad, I pretended that all of my stuffed animals were Pokemon, and hence created Stuffimon. It didn't matter what it was, a Build-A-Bear doll, a Beanie Baby, or the Pillsbury Doughboy. Yeah, you heard me right. If it was a plush toy, it was now a Pokemon in my eyes. Now, I'm guessing that I probably wasn't the only one who pretended their toys were Pokemon. I'm sure a lot of you probably did that who are watching this. I mean, who wouldn't want their pillow pet using Hyper Beam? Well, see, I took that pretending to the next level. I basically made my stuffed animals into their own Pokemon franchise. And yeah, I was in elementary school. Of course I didn't know that copyright infringement was a thing. So me, my little brother, and 2 of our old friends made the Stuffimon handbooks in Microsoft PowerPoint. And they were basically Pokédexes, for toys. Through these 2 books, we documented 100 different stuffed animals, each with their own name, typing, and Pokédex entry, and let me just mention, the names weren't very creative. You got names like Pandy, and Snakey, and this one's name is straight up Ocean. Oh my gosh. And what surprises me is even though we were ripping off Pokemon, there was at least an attempt to make it different. Like, for the typings, the grass type in Stuffimon was called Leaf type, and so on. My personal favorite is we called fighting types punching types. So, every day when my brother and I would come home from elementary school, we would go straight upstairs to have our Stuffimon battles. A lot of the time, we would narrate them like in the Pokemon anime, all dramatic and stuff, and we would make them say their own name, just like how Pikachu goes, Pika Pika. But like, I was so serious about Stuffimon, and I thought it was my greatest achievement ever. I used the Pokemon card generator online to make my own Stuffimon cards, with each nicely placed in their own card sleeves. We even made a poster of a drawing of the region, which we called Zoronis, which, don't even ask me how I came up with that. I probably just made up a word that I thought sounded cool. However, I knew I was missing something in my quest to make Stuffimon a true Pokemon successor. I had the Stuffimon, made the Pokédex, or Stuffydex, I should say, made trading cards, artwork. Heck, I even had a freaking hat to go with it. It looks terrible, I know. I don't even wear hats. I don't know why I have this. The point is, I had everything for Stuffimon. That is, except a game. Okay, first of all, I was 8 years old. I had no idea how programming worked or the slightest clue how to make a game. Not to mention that making a carbon copy of Pokemon with stuffed toys is pretty illegal. But of course, that did not deter me from finding a way to at least try and make it happen. See, around the time I was in elementary school, every kid in the lunchroom was bringing Lunchables, you know, those little snack packs made from the most processed foods imaginable. Of course, I wanted in on the goods, because, let's face it, those things were practically engineered to make any 8-year-old's mouth water. And of course, because Lunchables were catered to kids, they obviously had their own sweepstakes to go along with them, such as winning a free Nerf gun or something. Now, it just so happens around the time of my Stuffimon obsession, Lunchables was having a very intriguing sweepstakes. One day, I found out that my mom had recently bought a few Lunchables packs, so of course I asked if I could have it for lunch. That day, when lunchtime finally arrived, something printed on the box caught my attention. The words printed, "Win a chance to create your own game." Yeah, I think you see where this is going. So as soon as I got home that day, I instantly jumped on the family PC and typed in the sweepstakes website, and there it was, a form to submit your own game idea. Even though sweepstakes are basically impossible to win, I was hopeful and completely overtaken by the thought that there was a chance I could make Stuffimon into a real game. I have such a vivid memory of me typing away in the website where it asks you to describe your game's premise. I pretty much just wrote the premise of Pokemon, except replacing the word Pokemon with Stuffimon. You start your adventure with one of 3 Stuffimon, Cud, Dinoette, or Bubbles, and you travel through the region of Zoranus, catching other Stuffimon with Stuffy Balls and challenging the 8 gyms in order to become the champion. Then I remember my dad came in because he wanted to use the family computer, but then he saw me aggressively typing away. He asked what I was doing, and I told him I was entering a make-your-own-game contest with Stuffimon. He read over my submission, and then he looked at me. Isn't this just copying Pokemon? It's not Pokemon, Dad. It's Stuffimon. He told me I wasn't gonna win because it violated copyright infringement, but I didn't know what that meant, so I just submitted it anyway. And then for months I waited, checking my parents' emails with the hope that an email from Lunchables would soon appear. Sadly, it never did, and I stopped caring about the sweepstakes after a while. I just hoped that one day when I was older, I would learn to program and make Stuffimon into a real game. But while I was making this video, I wondered what happened to that sweepstakes. Like, who won and what game came out of it? So I searched around every corner of the web for the Lunchables Game Creator Contest, but I couldn't find any results or official documents. It seems as if the contest just never existed, but it's weird because I remember doing it so clearly. Then finally, after plenty of digging, I found a blog from 2010 written by a man named James David. It was a blog post with a review of Lunchables, and in it, he mentioned the game creator sweepstakes that went along with it. He even showed pictures of the original advertisement that I had first looked at back in elementary school. So, thank you, Mr. David, because without this blog post, I would think I'm going crazy. But it still didn't answer the question of whatever happened to the sweepstakes. To this day, I'm still curious to what game was created from it. So I went to the contact page for Kraft Foods, and I sent them an email asking them about the sweepstakes. From 9 years ago. As of recording this video, I still don't have a response, and I doubt I'm gonna get a conclusive answer about a sweepstakes from that long ago. But there you have it, my Pokemon obsession and my Stuffimon fantasy. Looking back on it, honestly, the Pokemon franchise had a really big impact on my life, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. Of course, to this day, I still love Pokemon, and I'm super excited for the upcoming release of Sword and Shield. And I know I talked a lot about the Stuffimon handbooks in this video, but I didn't show everything in them. So I made a public Google slideshow of all the pages in each book. So if you'd like to read the creative mastermind that was 8-year-old Icecolo and friends, you can check it out. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Thank you all so much for watching, and if any of you out there want to make a ROM hack with Stuffimon, 8-year-old me would love you forever.